Okay, well, good morning, friends. It is June 5th. I wanted to update you on my meditation journey and practice, which I've really been enjoying. I've had a really good nighttime routine, and that's something that I wanted to talk to you guys about is, initially when you get into this, there's a lot of resistance, not just from, your body that is fidgeting or, there's a pain or an itch or something that comes up during meditation. And it's something that just derails your meditation because you start thinking about that thing or focusing on that thing. It may not even be a thought. Like some people are like, oh, I can't do it because, I have this thought that just won't go away or some worry or something. And then other people are like, yeah, I get beyond the thought. But then there is this other resistance. And the other resistance comes from things like sensations. So those sensations can be very derailing. And what I've learned to do in that moment is just tell my body, hey, you're going to sit and stay. And I know that Dr. Joe has alluded to this before, is, training the body to stay. And so if I have the itch, yeah, I'll scratch it. If my foot feels uncomfortable, I'll move it. But with the intention that, hey, you're not stopping. You're not stopping. And eventually it will pass. Sometimes, occasionally, it will derail the whole meditation, but usually it will pass. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And then eventually your body will sort of just settle into it because it's like, okay, we're doing this familiar thing. What I did that's been extremely helpful for me is to create a meditation routine at nighttime. So after the kids are put to bed, I spend some time with my husband and then, it's time. And I go upstairs and I set up a little room for myself, a little area for myself. It doesn't have to be big. It could just be on a chair, but with a little table, and I have a couple salt lamps and I light an incense and I just take the moment to just settle down and relax into that space. And then I say, okay, this is my space. I'm going to just allow myself to sit for a couple minutes. And then I get into my meditations and I always measure my heart math to see if I'm incoherent. And I usually, I do that beforehand, but I should probably do it after because I'm usually not in coherence when I begin meditating. So that's just a change that I'm going to be making. But last night I did the Reconditioning Your Body to a New Mind meditation, and it was amazing. One of the better meditations that I've done, and my body did just relax into it. I did the breath first, and with the breath work, I've always kind of thought I was doing it wrong. What has been very powerful for me is to bring the intrinsic muscles in first and then take up the breath, and yes, it is like one motion, but just that initial, the initial squeezing of the muscles first and then drawing it upward. And then using the method that, the Silva method, where you kind of like look up, has also been very instrumental in bringing the intention of bringing that energy up into the pineal gland and pushing against that. So that's been my experience with that. So that was a really awesome meditation. I think I'm going to do that again tonight. One of the things that I learned about this, the morning meditation is a little bit more of a challenge. It's like I wake up and I don't have my routine set. So that's what it is. It's the routine that helps keep you going because it's so powerful and it's so important. So that's what I'm working on this week. I'm working on establishing the routine for the morning time. So it would look something like this. Wake up at 5 or 5:30. Some people can wake up earlier than that. I need my sleep till at least then. And then meditate until around 6 or 6:30, depending on what I'm doing that morning. I've gotten in the habit of trying at least one morning a week going to the gym because I noticed that my energy is different when I meditate and then go to the gym. Like I'll meditate, have a little bit of coffee, and then go to the gym. And for some reason, my energy is just so high and so fun and so amazing that day. Whereas if I just meditate, it could be good. It could be normal. If I just go to the gym, it's good, but that combination is something different for me. And everybody is different, right? Some people need to sleep longer. Some people want to get up earlier. Some people can't go to the gym. Some people don't want to go to the gym. Some people, have a hard time with that. But the ritual of actually meditating in the morning and giving myself that space to meditate from this time to this time is going to become non-negotiable for me. And so I'm just in the process of creating that space. So if you have a ritual that you do, share it in the comments. I love to hear what people do because it inspires me to create my own. And let me know what you think of this, because do you take time for yourself? Do you make space for yourself? And do you want to, and if you want to, what does that look like for you? And what makes you feel so happy as a routine that you want to do it every day? I can tell you this. Usually I would wake up at 7 a.m. That's my other go-to. And I just don't have the energy. If I wake up at 7 a.m, I am dragging all day. And you would think, well, it's just 2 hours later. Why? I think the body wants to wake up when it wants to wake up. And if you give yourself a chance to, try that out, it will let you know if it was a good choice or a bad choice. Anyway, that's it for this week. This is just a short update, and I will keep you updated soon.